Welcome students for the second video lecture of subject Water Resources Engineering. Course code of this subject is 22501. Myself Rushali Mane, lecturer in Civil Engineering Department, NIT Polytechnic, Nagpur. Topic of today's lecture is hydrological cycle, rainfall and measurement of rainfall. Then vision of the institute. Excellence in technical education to empower youth. Then mission, impart quality technical education to prepare students with excellent technical skills. Develop competent and employable diploma engineers and responsible citizens. Strengthen industry institute interaction. Then next, vision and mission of the civil engineering department. So vision, to impart excellent civil engineering skills to develop employable civil diploma engineers. Mission, imparting the model technical skills as per the requirement of the industry to improve employability. To develop social and environmental responsible civil engineers. Effective implementation of teaching learning process to benefit students. Then course outcomes. In this particular topic, we will see how to estimate hydrological parameters. Then unit outcomes. Unit outcomes are estimate average rainfall in the given situation using the given method. Explain the construction and functioning of given type of rain gauge. Then program outcomes. Program outcomes mapped are basic discipline and knowledge, engineering tools, experimentation and testing, engineering practices for society, sustainability and environment, then project management and then lifelong learning. Then what is hydrology and hydrological cycle? So what is hydrology? Hydrology is the science which deals with occurrence, distribution and circulation of water on earth or below the earth. Then hydrological cycle. Hydrological cycle involves the circulation of water between the earth and its atmosphere. So here you can see the process of hydrological cycle. Then major process of hydrological cycle. So you can see here evaporation, precipitation and runoff. The amount of water remains unchanged. So we will see next major what is the process of hydrological cycle. So first is evaporation. Evaporation is the change of state in a substance from a liquid to gas. Evaporation both sea and land surface where the sun is the most important factor determining the rate of evaporation. So without the help of sun there no evaporation will take place. Then transpiration. Transpiration is the process where plants absorb water through the roots and then gives off water vapor through the pores called stomata. Then condensation. Condensation is the process where water vapor in the atmosphere is changed into a liquid state. Then precipitation. Precipitation is the result when the tiny condensation particles grow too large. It is the primary connection in water cycle that provides for the delivery of atmosphere water to the earth. Then infiltration. The flow of water from ground surface into the ground, the water becomes soil, moisture or groundwater. That is infiltration. Then runoff. Runoff occurs when there is excessive precipitation and the ground is saturated, cannot absorb any more water. Whatever waters flow away to the rivers or streams or ocean, that is called as runoff. Then rainfall. So what is rainfall? It is the depth in mm or centimeter of water that would stand on the surface of earth provided it were not lost by evaporation or any other manner. So that is rainfall. So what are the factors affecting rainfall? First is temperature. So temperature affects the disposal of rainfall. So area having higher temperature will always get more rainfall. Then relative humidity. So it also affects evaporation. So relative humidity is more or less inversely proportional to evaporation. Then wind. Wind velocity affects the amount of evaporation and interception losses. So high velocity will always increase total rainfall. Then next is topography. High hill areas get more rainfall. Then vegetation. Area covered with vegetation will get again more rainfall. Then altitude. Higher altitude will always get more rainfall as compared to the lower elevation areas. Then next is rain gauge. So what is rain gauge? The measurement of rainfall at a place is measured in mm or centimeter, and the instrument which measures rainfall is called rain gauge. So rain gauges are classified into two types: non-recording type or non-automatic gauge, and recording type or automatic gauge. So non-recording type gauge is in India is Siemens non-automatic gauge. Then recording type gauges are weighing bucket type, tipping bucket type, and natural siphon type. Then Siemens rain gauge. So Siemens rain gauge has been used for the measurement of rainfall. So Meteorological Department of India controls the installation and observation of the rain gauges. So here in this Siemens rain gauge, basically rain gauges are provided for area up to 250 square kilometer. One station per 125 square kilometer area is sufficient. So if areas having more than 250 square kilometer, one station is provided for every additional area of 250 square kilometer. So here in this Siemens rain gauge, we see that rain gauge is set up on a concrete block of 60 by 60 by 60 centimeter. Okay, so here this block is there. So rim of the funnel. So basically here is a cylindrical on that concrete block, cylindrical vessel of 127 mm internal diameter is placed with an enlarged base of 210 mm diameter. So in this cylinder a rain collecting bottle made of glass is placed. Over the top of this bottle a glass funnel is inserted, as you can see in the sketch. The top of the funnel is provided with a circular brass ring of exactly 127 mm internal diameter. So here what happens in this? So a glass bottle of capacity 100 mm of rainfall is placed within the casing. So rainfall is recorded at every 24 hours. To measure the amount of rainfall, the glass bottle is taken off and collected water is measured in a measuring glass and recorded in a rain gauge record book. So here, as it is non-recording type, we have to take out the bottle which is placed below the funnel. Rainwater will be collected in that bottle and we have to measure the amount of rainfall collected in that bottle. After every 24 hours, the bottle amount of water collected in the bottle is measured and that will give the amount of rainfall occurred. Then so this is about Siemens rain gauge. Then next is recording type gauges. So recording type gauges, we will see tipping bucket type gauge. So tipping bucket type. So this type of rain gauge is electrically operated and equipped with a remote recorder control located inside the building of meteorological station. So tipping bucket type, this is a 30.5 centimeter size rain gauge. The catch from the funnel falls onto one of pair of small bucket. So small bucket is placed below the funnel. Below the receiver there is funnel, and below the funnel there is small tipping bucket. These buckets are so balanced that when 0.25 mm of rainfall collects in one bucket, it tips and brings the other bucket in position, and the water is collected in the storage can. The tipping bucket actuates an electrically driven pen to plot the intensity of rainfall with time. The water in storage can is measured regularly to give total rainfall. So for every rain gauge, what happens? For every rain gauge, the amount of rainfall and its intensity gets mechanically recorded. So the gauges normally consist of a rotating drum with a graph paper wrapped around. So the curve will be plotted on the graph, and that graph or the curve will give the intensity of rainfall during any period. So in non-recording type we have to measure, but in all recording types there is a drum provided with graph paper wrapped around and pen arm attached to that particular lever, and that when rainfall receives in the apparatus, that pen arm will move through the graph and a graph is plotted, and that way rain is recorded. Next is weighing bucket type. So weighing bucket type instrument is shown here. So in weighing bucket type, the rainwater which falls into the bucket set on a platform of spring or lever balance. Okay, so here it is shown that a weighing bucket is placed on a platform of spring or lever balance. The increasing weight of bucket and its contents is recorded by a pan or the chart held by a clock driven drum. So here you can see the pen arm and a drum wrapped where graph paper is wrapped around. So when bucket's weight of the bucket increases, that pen arm will move up and down. But what happens if there is heavy rainfall? The recording reverses the direction of record on reaching the upper edge of the chart. One time will come when this pen will reach the top edge of the drum, but at that time what happens? If the bucket gets receiving the water more rainfall, or in case of heavy rainfall, the recording reverses the direction of record on reaching the upper edge of the chart. So in this graph you can see that initially what happens? Graph is increasing. So that pen arm, when it reaches the top edge of the graph, and again if the rainfall is increasing in that bucket, then that reverses. That pen arm starts in a reverse direction. So this graph will explain that how it reverses. Then next is siphon or float type rain gauge. So siphon or float type rain gauge here. Here also you can see the rotating drum and graph paper wrapped around it. So funnel, here from this funnel rain gets collected in the rectangular gauge chamber, and as the rain starts collecting, that flow with the collection of rain, float will rise up. As the water will rise, float will also rise, and that pinpoint of the upper portion of the float will keep recording on the graph paper. So what happens when the water level rises in the container to such a position that float touches the top of the siphonic action starts. When the float touches the top, the siphonic action starts and whole water is drained out and pen turns to the bottom of the chart. So siphonic action does not take place more than 15 seconds. So by adjusting the dimension of receiving funnel, float and float chamber suitably, any desired scale value on the chart can be obtained. So this is about siphon or float type rain gauge. Then advantages and disadvantages of recording type rain gauge. So in recording type rain gauge, no need of attendant, it is recorded automatically as compared to the non-recording type. It gives instant rainfall value. There is no human error, as rainfall is recorded automatically. Then can set up in regions where living conditions are difficult. Then disadvantages. Disadvantages are it is costly. Then it develops mechanical defects. So assignment question on this topic are: draw neat sketch of Simon's rain gauge, then enlist methods to measure rainfall, then define hydrology and explain hydrological cycle. So today in this video lecture we have studied what is hydrology and hydrological cycle, then rainfall and factors affecting rainfall, methods of measurement of rainfall. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you.